The show features adults using adult language and discussing mature topics. You have been warned. So, hello everybody.
Yeah.
Welcome to Mists of Kren's Valley, where nothing bad happens. Oh wait, that's wrong. We last left off, the group was hunting after the Nightmare Coven, a group of 3 hags that have been harassing the group in one way or another throughout this campaign. They found the cave that they seem to have maybe as like a temporary base right now since their windmill is destroyed. Hemlock made friends with a bunch of rats. The leader rat got squashed, so now Hemlock's the leader rat. Waited in this cave for a really long time, but eventually one of the hags did show up, and you set up a trap, caught her on fire, and threw a bunch of spells and attacks at her. And in the end, it proved futile as she disappeared into thin air. And as she did, Chip, the little mannequin friend who's been joining the group as of recently, grabs his head and he thrashes around like there's like something attacking him that isn't there, and then he falls lifelessly to the ground. That is where we left off.
I had run up to him.
Alright, you run up to him. Oh, yeah, he's like in your arms, I think.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to cast Cure Wounds on him.
Wouldn't mend be a better idea?
I don't have mend.
But Tim-Tam does.
Cure Wounds.
I don't think it.
Let's see. At what level?
At I was going to use first level, but I could use the Icon of Ravenloft and cast it at 3rd level.
Before you even cast it, you know that the spell will not work on undead or constructs.
I will go there. It's not. It doesn't have even a scratch, right?
No. Give me a proficient intelligence check, like investigation, I guess. As Tim-Tam runs over to the body and starts like inspecting it and stuff. All of you hear
17.
a cackle of laughter echo through the cave and fade off outside the entryway. There is nothing wrong with this construct. You're thinking that it's nothing mechanical that was damaged.
This is gonna. Okay. I say, Lilia, please, help me help my friends, and help me help my new friend, please. And I cast Beacon of Hope, and all of everyone regains the maximum number of hit points possible from any healing. It says any healing.
Mm-hmm. So as you concentrate on that, what do? I would say a ruby-like looking prism of a heart appears above you and serves as the beacon, as everything's in a reddish pinkish light within range. You notice that the heart is a realistic looking heart. It's not the heart. It's like an anatomical heart with all the chambers and stuff.
Oh.
You think it might be influence from the realm you're in?
I just concentrate on it and I hold Chip's hand and I hold Tim-Tam's hand and I just try to reach Lilia wherever she may be.
Tim-Tam, do you do anything?
Hold Hemlock's hand. I mean, there will be a second that I will almost stand up because I remembered I have seen visibility spell. But once Hemlock takes my hand, I will just go back and hold her hand and transfer my energy.
Do Saxton and Nyhm do anything? As the room is eerily silent, minus the low humming coming from the heart. As you can hear it pulse every once in a while.
Leaning against the wall, watching the cave entrance.
I think that toy maker might be able to do anything.
It starts to rain. It's tiny little drizzle. Despite the warm aura of the Beacon of Hope, Chip feels cold.
I mean, he was a construct. Would he be feel warm to begin with?
Is everyone
was-
just
More than
Could I
a construct.
could I take the heart in my hand?
you know
Or
it's
is it like a
it's a it's the spell itself.
okay.
So it's like a fixed target. It's almost like a hologram. Like you can't actually interact with it.
Okay.
It starts to rain a little bit more. The rats scurry off.
What time of day is it?
It's getting dark. You guys did spend the whole day in this cave.
How far is it back to the town?
About an hour with Nym's navigational skills.
Well, if there's any hope for him, the toy maker might know what to do. I mean, it was his master's construct, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it would also be fair.
Tim-Tam, you notice that on the back of its head, like in the back of its neck, there's a keyhole. And not in the sense of like a door key, but like a clockwork key. You know, the one you...
Yeah.
Fairly big one, too.
Can I?
Custom made.
Could I try to like make a replica, spending another? I mean, grabbing any kind of metal from around this cave, from the spoils of the stuff, and we're using like heat metal and my smithing tools.
Yeah, sure.
Is it just like is it a key-shaped hole, or is it like a hole for the key to go in?
I don't know if you've seen like clockwork, like crank things, but it just looks like a hole. But if you look inside, there's actual little divots and stuff where the key goes in.
So maybe if we had someone with nimble hands and lock picking techniques that could go in there, maybe turn the gears and get it going. If only we knew someone who was good at lock picking.
Yeah, didn't you try that before?
Tim-Tam.
Yeah, that's how I found him.
Give me an proficient intelligence check. And if you're going to use heat and metal,
20.
I'll say you have advantage,
Yeah.
but you'd have to spend a spell slot.
Yeah, I spend the spell slot. The first roll is a 25. The second is a 23. Okay, 25.
All right. You quickly learn. This takes an hour, by the way. You're
Yeah,
ridiculously
it takes an
fast.
hour.
The rest of you can take a short rest if you want. But you realize very quickly within the first 2 minutes that this key is ridiculously complex. And when you finish making the key and you try it, it fits. And you go to crank it, and you can hear it go and start to crank. You think you got it to work.
Yeah, I'll give it
You're actually
some
surprised.
turns and
You actually surprised yourself. Okay, you just made the check. It's really complex.
well, yeah. Okay, here goes nothing.
Suddenly the body like stiffens and the limbs stretch outwards. And then they bend back in. It like stands up and then bends down on its knees and goes into a ball and then comes back up and then it goes out and it just spins its head around, not super fast. Kind of like just like every click the head moves a little bit. And it seems like since you have the proficiency in this kind of craft, it seems to be doing like a warm-up cycle where it tests out all of its joints and stuff before actually going into function.
Yeah, join them. Yeah.
And then it just like goes and looks over at you, since you were the one that turned the key.
Hello. Do you remember us?
Hi, Garfield. Pew, pew, pew.
Stares at you blankly.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I just got the mechanics to work. Mechanisms.
You can give me an Arcana check.
I'm pretty
Actually,
sure
Tim-Tam,
I couldn't restore the essence.
since you're the expert in this.
I'm so smart. 22.
Did you boot him in safe mode?
You're thinking that you've got it to animate again, but now, if it had a soul before, or some kind of sentience before, it doesn't seem to have it now.
No.
And you're thinking it's following whatever it was actually designed to do. Whatever was in it before that was making it act independently seems to be no longer functioning. One could call that a clockwork soul.
No, it's just a construct.
I pick up Chip's lifeless body and I put it in my sling and I said, "Let's go kill them hags."
It was like standing with its hands on its hips like this, and you pick it up and it literally keeps the same pose. It doesn't change.
Yeah. I start out of the cave.
So where the rats say that she went, they were at.
You recall Hemlock saying that the rats said they were trying to get something from a winery.
Yeah, I remember that.
So
To
we're
the
going back to the
winery.
marsh, aren't we?
I'm getting my son's soul back. Let's go.
Yes, ma'am. Come on, then. Let's follow Sheila.
Hemlock, do you have a plan? I mean, like, because that's, and I'm not talking about fighting them. I'm talking about how to get the soul back. Because I don't recommend trying to make a deal, and I'm pretty sure killing them won't restore it back. So what's the plan?
Do I know anything about hags? Probably not. Or
Roll
like
me an
where they
Arcana
would...
check.
Arcana. Bum bum. 17.
You know that hags are supernatural beings. They're not actually folk. They come from different forms of reality to a place that I don't think the Humblewood has a special name for it, so I guess it's still the Feywild.
Yes.
The woods beyond the woods, I guess. Where emotions and stuff are a lot stronger and are manifest there as magic. You know, a lot of fairies and pixies and stuff come from there, and hags
Mhm.
are some of the more dangerous of the creatures from there, the Fae.
Well,
These three that you have encountered are some of the strongest that you've ever heard of. You're thinking they might be night hags, which are not Fae. They are
What I-
fiends that harvest evil souls. Usually they haunt nightmares. They haunt people's dreams and give them nightmares and try to force them to do evil acts that will eventually kill them, and then they take the evil soul for themselves.
So do I think that they took Chip's soul for themselves? Then
Since you could see Chip's keyhole, you do know that he did have a little bit of a malevolent aura from it. But you
and I
also
wouldn't know where
know
they would keep them or anything.
you also know souls don't act the same here. They seem to be stuck in this place, in this valley.
I do know that. I died. Um
At this point, it's definitely raining pretty good outside.
I'm still going.
Oh, Hemlock's form, undeterred by the rain,
Oh, yeah, not
since you're
following.
using disguise self constantly, moves forward.
How y'all's arcane magic?
I'm pretty good. I can. No problems. Fine. I think. Wait. Yeah. No, I'm fine.
Because when we find them, they're going to be probably working on a pack.
Yeah. But we have to be quick. I mean, they are too dangerous. I mean, we saw what they did to their kids, and if not only for that.
Right. When we get there, I say we save that one that we met here for the last. Maybe she can do anything for the little fella. I'll see what I can do to pin the others down, and you just keep the fire on.
Try to find an opening where they're all separate from each other. They're stronger together. I'm
How long is it going to take us to get there?
Where are you guys going?
To the winery.
Do you attempt to get to the nearest road and take the road there? Or are you gonna go try to go where you think it's at in the west somewhere? You do remember vaguely where it's at because you could see it when you're on top of that huge hill.
So it's not the winery that was in the basement of that marsh?
No.
It's the one that the Raven guy was like, come to the house, I think. When we were following the bear, the wizard.
Is the city or a city on the way?
Nyhm would know Valaki is about an hour north, but only an hour because Nyhm has that background ability that halves the time.
I'd let you guys know.
If we're going to go after him, we probably need to go at first light. So I say we go and bed down for the night. We've seen what's in these woods so far.
Yeah.
Unless you want to take on another 14 werewolves on the way there.
Yeah, no, and they probably expect us to just follow and try to finish where we started.
My vote's going back to
So
the city
we're
for the
ready
night.
right
And
now.
go at them first in the morning. The Hemlock, it's up to you.
I don't want to waste a second, but if you think that it would be better if we waited, then I won't fight it. I'm tired of losing people.
I got your back either way you go, Sheila.
So objectively, it's the same if we go now or we go after a good rest for them and for any soul that we want to save. Since we know how, well, we don't know, but we kind of start to understand how this place works. Otherwise, I understand your rage. And that would be maybe a valuable asset on the fight if we are furious. I don't know. Nyhm, what do you think?
I'm all up for a nice warm bed. But don't think it really matters what my opinion is.
I mean, we will all fight. I think it's only fair if we all state our feelings, because it's not going to be an easy fight.
Of course, the thing is, if I do go back and try to get some sleep, what's to stop them from coming after us in our dreams?
They've done that before, and it was in the city. And it was a close call, really close call.
Well,
Let's put it this way. Would you benefit from getting enough rest to be completely recharged on spells? Or do you want to go with what you've got? That's literally the difference here.
You all know that you can only benefit from a long rest once every 24 hours, and you guys just had a long rest. Technically, you still need to sleep normally, but a long rest doesn't mean you don't need to be sleeping during that long rest. But I do recall last time when you were in the cave, it was 8 hours.
If that's the case, let's take the fight to them.
Yeah.
So where are you all heading? Are you heading towards the winery? Or are you heading towards the town?
I say go for the winery.
You don't know, equally close by. Actually, no, it's not. It's a little further away. It's the village. Never mind.
Scotty, knowing they're night hags, would Hemlock know how our chances of survival, let's say?
They're the
How
most powerful
powerful they
hags
are.
you know of.
So,
I think you can already sum up your odds. You've encountered them and fought them a few times now. And usually it was just one you were fighting. It was never all three at once.
It was all three of them at the windmill.
Were they fighting though?
They buggered off.
Doesn't mean that they were actually attempting to fight.
I mean, that fight was weird because there was in like 2 levels, and
Honestly, it's probably what kept us alive.
oh yeah, no, absolutely.
I could always run in and grab one and run out.
I don't think you could. Once you grab something out of character, once you grab something, your movement speed is what, 0?
It's halved. If you're the grappler, it's halved. If you're the grapplee, it's 0.
Even at half, it's
Leap.
mine's 25.
No, yeah, the problem is all the spells and tricks and everything it can do while you're taking them, or after that, because they can turn invisible, shapeshift, I assume. I mean, we saw what it did in the tavern to Hemlock. It was a shadow. It was untouchable. I think I saw Nyhm.
Yes.
Am I here?
Oh god, the night hag's got him.
Yeah, you kicked out for just a second
Yeah,
like your
heard.
video did.
Yeah, I have a little bit of internet problems because service is down and I'm using another phone as a router, so it may be iffy a little bit. What was I saying? Something about Nyhm, right? I mean that it was a shadow and Nyhm couldn't even hit it with. I mean, it wasn't a silver sword, but still.
Hemlock pulls Chip's body from her sling, and she looks at him, and she like rubs his face, and she says, "We shouldn't go. We will die, and I don't want to be stuck here. I've seen what happens in the afterlife here, and it's not where I want to end up. And I care more about you than I care about a construct I thought I could save 2 days ago." And
Oi,
I'm tired of
hag.
losing people.
Are you still here?
Oh, we just lost you a second.
Yes. He's in motion.
It is then that Nyhm, since you're near the entryway of the cave. Hello, welcome back.
Hey.
Nothing happened. You didn't miss anything.
Okay.
Nyhm, you hear from the entryway of the cave. You hear like clanking of armor in the woods to the north.
Does it sound like it's getting closer, or is it just possibly a patrol?
Yes, it's getting closer.
Okay, I would certainly let the group know. Just a quick little, I'm hearing armor clanking.
Ag, if you're still here, I wish to parley.
I think she's long gone.
Well, we don't know. She could be just sitting in the corner.
We've
Laughing
literally
at
been
us.
sitting here, two people watching over a doll, you trying to convince them of a plan of action, and we're just now hearing the armor. I'm fairly certain if she was still around, we wouldn't have had that much time.
At this point, it's definitely night. Tim-Tam spent over an hour examining Chip, anyway, on top of this. But you can just hear it over the rain. And Hemlock, if you're listening in after Nyhm mentions it, after she mentions it, you hear it too. Because your passive's high enough. Oh, I guess, yeah, you and Nyhm are the two.
What's that?
You can roll me perception checks if you guys want.
All right.
But that's just passive.
It's not better. Go 14.
Okay.
25.
I think it sounds like armor, but it doesn't sound like a lot of armor. But it's definitely metal armor. You're thinking it's one entity, maybe? But you also pick up a smell of like rotting decay. And that's when you hear what you think is battle in the woods. Like a thud to the tree as a sword hits it. You know, stuff like that. Every once in a while, a groan. But probably the strongest thing that you perceive is the smell of decay. Something dead.
Well, knowing our luck, we have a corpse in armor walking our way. Anyone want to take bets on how long it'll take them to get here, or should we just move now?
Well, if we're not going after him, I'd say we go back to the city then. At least then we have walls.
Yeah.
So are you heading back to the city? Or
I'd say yeah.
okay. I assume you guys are trying to avoid whatever that is, right?
That would be preferable, yes.
How far away do you want to avoid? Like, you just want to like really make sure, like, I hear it this way, I'm going the opposite direction, or are you just gonna be like far enough away that you think you could sneak past it, but you could probably peek in on it? Or
I would like to peek in on it if it's
I-
possible.
I was actually going to make mention, I can scout it. You guys walk far enough away that you don't have to worry about being seen, but I can be up in the trees using stealth and try and get eyes on it and figure out what it is. If it's anything we need to deal with, I can signal. If it's not, you just keep walking.
All right, we'll head up.
all right, as you head out and you follow Nym's directions, she's like, "Okay, we'll be going this way, and I'm gonna go that way." And probably, I assume Nym's like, "If you don't hear me in 5, head that way," or something. I don't know.
If you don't hear me in 5, look for the fog.
And you all head out. So only Nyhm will need a stealth check, because Nyhm makes sure that the rest of the group, when you guys are traveling, it's far enough away that it really shouldn't be noticeable by whatever this is.
23.
Okay. So you quietly hop around through treetops. All of you are kept relatively dry as you are in the woods now. And Nyhm, you try to use the flashes of lightning and the booming of thunder to your advantage. So when the boom of thunder happens is when you try to do like a little sprint where you do multiple jumps through the tree lines. And eventually you reach what appears to be a not a clearing, but definitely open enough that you can see that there was a battle here. And you can see that there's Gib, so there's a bunch of limbs everywhere, and they seem very rotted and like well decayed, like not fresh. And walking away from the scene slowly, you see a figure alone, and they walk very sure of themselves, like someone who knows no fear. They're clad in rusty armor and are clutching a gleaming longsword in a pale talon. Eyes glowing blue. Appears to be a raptor. A hawk. The armor looks a lot like the armor that you saw from the fight in the mists when it had like that big battle and the dragon was there and stuff. But a lot older and decayed.
Does it look familiar in the least?
That's where you've seen it before. Is that Battle of the Mists. But it's a lot more worn down and rusty armor.
Then I'm just going to keep on moving. I don't believe there's any reason for us to interact at all.
It cleans off its blade with what looks like very old, congealated, blackish looking blood. And you see that whatever they were fighting looks like it had been dead for a very long time. It has a greenish grayish skin tone to it. Might have been some kind of humble folk. It's hard to tell.
So it's a zombie.
Might have been at one point.
Yeah. Nope. Nope.
You can give me a
Staying
religion
away from
check.
that.
Hey, Phoenix.
Religion check?
Yep, for undead.
Oh, I actually have a plus to it. That's amazing. 21. Okay.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Though this knight could easily have been mistaken for a zombie, you know otherwise. Especially since you see it has glowing blue eyes of sentience and hatred. You're pretty sure this is a revenant. Revenants are creatures that are brought back from the afterlife due to usually rage. Like they're just like, whoever killed me, I have to kill them. And that hatred of their killer is enough to bring them back, usually. You know they're fairly powerful. And if you kill one, it does not stay dead. Its soul reanimates another dead corpse in 24 hours.
We've not run into anything like that before, have we?
No, and you also know revenants aren't always evil. Usually they're not.
Usually they're not.
Yeah, they're usually not. Unless you're the one that is part of their vendetta or you're in the way of their vendetta. Then you might be in trouble.
Well, that's not technically going to be the case, considering we've probably never run into them. So that means chances are good he probably won't kill me right out. He or she. Or
it's hard to tell, especially with armor on and undead.
We could use all the allies we could. Okay. I will hop down out of the trees about, say, 20 feet away, and I will hold a dodge action just at the ready. But I will try to approach it.
So, in full view of this revenant?
Yes.
Okay. It stops. You hear it's the rigor mortis snapping as it looks over and looks at you. And as it looks at you, it pulls out a dagger with its offhand, and with its long sword holds like this, and the dagger like this, and it points the sword at you. And it says nothing, and waits for your next response.
I call you a weeaboo, and I'm going to do the exact same thing. I return the gesture, rapier and dagger. Oh shit! I just realized what that meant.
Don't do it.
Yeah, no. Can I retcon that, or am I already screwed?
I'll let you retcon it.
Okay. Sorry, I don't know why I blanked out there. That's the challenge stance. I will try to talk to it to say I'm not a threat. If you're looking to kill, screw it. I'll go for the stab in the dark. If you're looking to kill Strahd, I can try to help. But I don't want to fight you.
The second you mention that, they lower their weapons and sheath them and go to walk over towards you.
Lovely. I'm going to keep my dodge action ready.
You hear in a feminine voice, which I can't do.
I believe in you.
Are you alone?
No. I have a few allies close by. Wasn't sure if you were a threat, but we're all after the same thing.
Then I urge you to travel to Argynvostholt and convince my leader, Vladimir Horngard, the leader of our Order of the Silver Dragon, to help and rid this land of the Dark Lord. I would love nothing more than to kill the devil himself.
Do you have a token I can take to him as identification that you're sending me to them?
I can take
or should I just do this?
I can escort you there myself.
Even better. I will turn to the forest and do a bird call that is not of this region that I would hope the others would recognize, especially considering it's dark. Yet, no, I'm not doing that.
Roll group inception, Jesus. Insight check.
Me included?
No, because they're trying to...
They're trying to listen for me, right?
Yeah.
Wow, what a pretty bird. 7.
7 also.
God damn it, Mav, come on.
17. What the hell did he say about my mother?
The rest of you are like, oh, that's a beautiful sounding barn owl. And Saxton's like, that's not a barn owl, that's Nyhm.
Charge!
Well, at least I'm convincing.
I will sprint towards it.
Oh,
As you do, you notice with Nyhm is this female raptor undead night lady. A lot of her skin is visible. Much of her feathers have molted off. Those that are still on her are quite pale, grayish blue. She has cyan, glowing eyes, like White Walkers from the from Game of Thrones.
I found a friend.
And she stares at you, showing no fear, even though she's about half your size, Saxton.
Oh. Hello.
I found somebody that can lead us to the Order of the Silver Dragon, who, in its entirety, want to kill Strahd.
They seem
Bully.
totally unaffected by the rain, and also, they don't seem to smell that bad. In fact, you think it was whatever they were fighting is what smelled bad. Yeah.
Hello, my name is Hemlock.
You killed my doll. Prepare to die.
My name... I do not remember my name. I apologize.
So-
If these are your compatriots, then we should move. It is not safe for you at night.
Not very safe for us during the day either, but
We're in Strahd's domain. It's never safe. Period.
that's actually on their tourist guide. It's never safe, period.
I have a postcard. Give me a moment.
Breaks out a miniature coffin.
Yeah, Strahd's inside of it too.
Human Strahd, anyway. Anyway, so this revenant. Oh, here's the postcards. See if that light will. There we go.
Welcome to Barovia.
Wish you weren't here.
There's a bunch more, but it's in the clear ramp, and I don't want to like open it if I don't.
Oh, Barovia is actually New Jersey?
No, it's
Kinda,
in
yeah.
New Jersey.
Transylvania, New Jersey. Anyway, so she goes to lead you towards Argynvostholt.
Gesundheit.
And you notice that Nyhm, being the navigator you are, she is leading you north of the bog. You remember seeing the ruins of what looked like a giant manor in the distance that you guys didn't go to. And she's leading you straight to it.
Are you kidding me?
Oh.
Where
I
is
feel like
this?
we should have gone there.
Where was that house at that the spirit was in?
It's definitely not here. You're not in the bog.
Oh,
North
Please.
of the bog.
You actually do cross a bridge over the river.
through
The
the
old
woods.
stone bridge.
Do we see the goat again?
Nope. The especially since it's nighttime and it's raining, it's hard to see much. But you're definitely nowhere near the bog. Maybe the faintest smell if you're really concentrating on it. To the south. In any case.
All right. Well, Rhea, how long will it take us to get there?
We should be there before the night ends. Shouldn't take long.
What?
I can stop to rest if you need.
We should be good.
Is it just me or does something smell delicious?
What is wrong with you?
I don't know. You think the wolf jerky's gone bad?
Revenant
That's
seems
concerning.
seems to be unperturbed to your conversation and just keeps walking almost like a construct because they're undead. They have no fatigue or anything, so they're just going. Turn around every once in a while to make sure you guys are following.
Rhea, you said your name was?
No, I called her Rhea.
You
That's
can
what I'm
Hope you don't
saying.
mind.
you can call me that. It is a fine name.
How long were you out there before we came across you?
In these lands,
Tonight.
I've been in these lands for too long.
5 minutes is too long.
You notice that her hand is always on the pommel of her sword.
I cannot blame her.
A bat flies out of the tree, and as it does, I'm going to roll initiative for her and the bat. She swings at it and misses, and it flies off.
Fast food.
You must be careful. The devil uses them as spies. They are his eyes in this land, as are rats and wolves.
Yeah.
Rats too.
Speaking of, are those three still on Hemlock's shoulder?
No, the rats scurried off after they weren't comedically fun anymore, and somebody died. So they're like, and they just left.
We'll show ourselves out.
Mhm. High above the river valley juts a quite promontory, or promontory? I don't know. Building which looms a big mansion. Its turrets are capped with fairy tale cones. Its towers lined with sculpted battlements. A third of the structure has collapsed, and as part of the roof has as well, but the rest appears intact. A dark, octagonal tower rises above the surrounding architecture. Out of the fog comes a distant peal of thunder, quickly accompanied by the howling wolves in the woods that you guys just left. But the house stands silent, seeming like a fossilized remains of some long dead thing smote upon the mountainside. Walking around the side that's in ruins, you can see what appears to be blackened beams of a wooden stable, and it seems to be burned down to its stone foundation. Looming above the wreckage is a partially collapsed south end of the mansion, all three of its floors exposed to the elements. As she continues to escort you, you eventually end up around the west side, which is where the main entrance is. Perched atop of a 10-foot wide, 10-foot high cube of granite is a moss-covered statue of what can only be described as a dragon. Its wings tucked close to its body, the statue looks east towards the mansion.
And we're walking, and we're walking.
Flagstone steps, flanked by stone railings, climb to the landing in front of a pair of tall wooden doors with rusted iron bands and knockers shaped like small dragons. Carved into the lintel above the entrance are the words Argynvostholt.
Oh, that didn't take long at all.
Guessing dawn's starting to break.
No, it's only been like an hour tops.
She said we'd be there before night ends.
Yep.
Yeah. Before night ends.
So, do we knock or?
She says, "Speak with my commander, Vladimir. Convince him that we must stand and fight against the evil of these lands. I cannot. I am under orders to pursue evil out here. But I wish you the best of luck."
Well, if you're looking for evil, if you happen to come across 3 night hags, could you give them a good what for?
I most certainly will, Large Strig. And at that, she turns on her heels, and she goes to march off somewhere. She's not moving super fast or anything, so if you wanted to say something, you could.
They're at the winery. If you kill them, let me know.
Her direction kind of steers towards the west, where the winery is. And she quickly fades into the fog.
Let's hope the news of 3 dead hags come up sometime soon. Anyways, who wants to knock?
I will. I take the knocker shaped like a dragon, and that's super cool, in my hand, and I go boop, boop, boop.
You don't even get to knock once. When you grab it and you go to lift it upwards, the stone dragon behind you opens its mouth, and all of you are hit by a gust of cold air that spews out in a cone shape. It's all of you. And then its mouth closes.
That wasn't very nice. I've been through a lot.
It was a little refreshing, actually. I'm wide awake now.
Brisk.
Unless it was on fire.
Could have been worse.
Think
Could've
if
been
I knocked
daggers.
the other one, it would have been fire?
Let's not try that.
I don't think I'm going to.
Thank you.
Hmm.
Can we push the door open?
I will push the door open.
Maybe you should let the big guy go first.
I will push the door open.
I'm going to step aside from the dragon behind.
I'm going
You-
to step away from Hemlock.
You push and it doesn't budge. It looks like you need to pull it.
Oh. I could read the door handle.
As you pull the doors open, they are unlocked. And you see a dark foyer ahead. And it
Oh,
feels like a
isn't it?
king's tomb. Grand staircase leads up stone balconies held aloft by stone pillars and arches. A tall, faded tapestry depicting a noble-looking raptor in silver armor hangs from an iron rod above the staircase landing. 6 sets of double doors lead from this foyer. Along the walls, displayed on marble pedestals, are 3 alabaster busts of handsome raptors. A 4th bust and its pedestal have been knocked over, and their shattered remains lie strewn across the mosaic floor. 2 chandeliers of wrought iron hang from the ceiling like monstrous black spiders.
Can you get some light in here? I don't have any light.
The sword.
I'm going to take a stab in the dark myself, and
I hate you, man.
yeah. We're here to seek counsel with Vladimir.
Vladimir. You guys are still outside, if I recall.
I'll walk in.
In,
Yeah.
in,
Well,
follow.
Void. Sorry.
The nymph echo isn't here. Anyway, she's in a cave somewhere. Regardless, you move in about 30 feet into this. It's about 50 feet to the grand staircase, so you move like halfway in. And it is when you get to that point that there is what you thought was a low rumble at first, and then you realize it's a growl. And the light source from your sword reveals casting off a great shadow with wings that moves across the walls and disappears. And you hear a soft bestial hiss in the darkness.
I.
What do
don't
my
know.
goggles show me?
The same thing as everybody else.
Crap.
I have speak with animals on all the time. Does it count? It doesn't count, does it?
This hiss doesn't seem to translate at all.
Lads, get behind me. Then I'll take a defensive stance.
I want
You
to
notice that
jump
the
up-
chandeliers, the two chandeliers actually moved a bit. And they like rock a little bit, and you hear like almost like something big walked through this foyer that you're in, and it bumped into the chandeliers.
Fireball.
What the?
Are you going to shoot the darkness?
Do you shoot at the
Yeah, just to
chandeliers?
see.
Or what are you aiming at?
Yeah, the general direction of the noise in the chandeliers, just to see if it lights up a little bit or something.
Roll to hit. Why not?
Disadvantage?
Nah.
Or because I'm okay, 21.
Okay, and roll damage.
How tall are the statues? The busts?
Let's see here. They're about 10 feet tall, so they're pretty big.
I want to jump up on top of one, the closest one.
Okay.
18
Give me a second.
here.
I got a fur baby. What'd you get for damage?
18.
For a firebolt?
You shoot it. and
Oh,
you,
sorry. Oh, no, yeah, for a fireball. Yeah.
you shoot it and you hit
Okay,
it.
but
You hit part of the ceiling. The ceiling itself gets hit with a huge scorch mark from it, but nothing else happens.
Friend thing.
Thank you for the bits, Brad Mac 2199.
thank you.
Thank you. Friend thing. We're friends.
We're here
Yeah.
looking for Vladimir to fight Strahd.
Yeah.
Preferably to kill.
I would
Put him
say
in the ground for once and all.
I would say since you cast such a light-bringing spell, and it kind of lit up the roof, which will reflect back downwards, you notice that there are 4 sets of double doors, 2 on each, 2 to the left and 2 to the right, the big grand stairway in front of you, but you also notice to the sides of the stairway are 2 more sets of doors. They aren't double doors, they're just normal doors. And the one on the left side of your guys' perspective is open.
We're not going to have a Scooby-Doo chase scene, are we?
Row, Raggy, let's go.
Don't think it would be a chase scene that already knows exactly where we are.
Not as we're running away from it through all the doors.
I didn't queue up Benny Hill.
I'll head towards the door that's open.
Yeah, let's not split.
As you do, you notice that there is light coming from that room.
Who wants the rogue to stealth forward?
I guess not.
Lovely. Thank you. Thank you for answering all at once. Wonderful.
I was
Cricket.
thinking about it.
Cricket.
Just, I was like, should I put invisibility? But why would we put invisibility if the Revenant knew we're here and all this stuff? Anyway, ADHD. Go ahead.
I'm holding a sword that's emitting bright light.
Yeah, so the moving target, Saxton should go up first.
Doop, 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 doop.
I'm going to stay in the shadows. Thank you very much.
Inside, you see it's a dining hall, a 20-foot long table with sculpted dragons. Yeah, sculpted dragons for legs stands in the center of this hall. The chairs that surround the table have backs carved to resemble the folded dragon wings, and several of the chairs have been overturned and smashed to pieces. Suspended above the table is a crystal chandelier that glows with a silver-white light. Standing in windowed alcoves are 2 life-size statues depicting raptor knights with dragon-winged helms and shields. Rainwater trickles through the cracks in the ceiling, flowing down the west wall, adding to a large puddle on the floor. 5 sets of wooden doors lead to this hall, and the doors in the northeast, which you are coming through, hang open. A pair of leaded glass doors, their panes cracked and broken, stand open between panels of stained glass set into the east wall. These panels depict dragons in flight. Beyond the glass doors lies a dark, misty room that appears to be a chapel.
1, somebody really likes the aesthetic. 2, this looks way too familiar.
You can roll history checks.
This immediately reminds me of Strahd's dining room that we were in before.
I
Except no
will
dragons.
cast see invisibility on myself. Well, I can only do it on myself. I will cast see invisibility for the next hour.
Okay.
16 history.
All right.
8.
Tim-Tam.
16.
With see invisibility, you see that a lot of the
Oh.
chairs that have been toppled over, you can see them, but they seem to be very transparent and have like a silvery aesthetic to them. And you notice a bunch of knights that look just like the ones in the statues with draconic themed armor. All of them bird folk. And I think all but one are raptors. The only one that isn't appears to be a tiny little Strig owl knight. Like the one from the Humblewood promos. And he has they appear almost like ghostly specters to you. And they seem to be sitting around the table eating ghostly food that isn't there. Talking, but you
Okay,
can't really hear anything that they're saying.
So, friends, I don't know if this would qualify as haunted, but I'm seeing what's most likely ghosts right here in front of us, eating. And I don't know if they can hear us, but
They
if we're looking for the night, they are here.
They seem to notice you as much as your friends notice them, which is not at all.
Okay.
Right. So they're all sitting around the table?
Some of them
Tim-Tam?
are.
Yeah, they are.
I'll say one of them's like giving a noogie to another. You know, it just seems like a group of
Are
knights
there
on
any open
downtime.
chairs?
Yes,
So
you
they
see
don't have-
5 open chairs. Saxton, there's nobody in any of the chairs. However, Tim-Tam, all the chairs are filled.
No, they are all around the table eating, and they don't seem to notice us. Yeah, they
wanna
just
sit
seem
in
to
one of the
go on by
chairs.
the day.
It's just then that, coming straight through Saxton, you see another one of these ghostly-looking knights, like literally face straight through them, opening the doors to where they are now. Like they were ghostly silhouettes of the doors, but they open to exactly where they are right now. And they seem like they're very urgent and they're like saying something. And they have a sword drawn. And the rest of them like drop what they're eating and stuff. And seem to go off into different places. Some of them are grabbing weapons, others are putting their helmets on that are already dressed. And they seem to go off and disappear into the rest of the mansion.
I want to take a look in that alcove. The chapel, rather.
You hop into the chapel.
Peek.
You tiny hop into the chapel. Cracked wooden pillars support a wooden U-shaped balcony that overhangs the stone wall chapel. Narrow archways lead into the spiral staircases that curl up the balcony, and a door set into the north wall has a wood beam barring it. In the east end of the chapel rests a stone altar flanked by iron candelabras. The altar is carved with a rising sun bas relief with a single feather in it. Tall arching windows Set with panels of stained glass decorate the walls behind the altar. One of the windows has been shattered, covering the chapel floor with shards of colored glass, allowing a thick fog to enter the room. Through the fog, you can see an armored figure kneeling before the altar.
Well, here's another stab in the dark. I call out the name Vladimir. Is that a drum roll?
My God,
No,
you
that's-
summoned a train.
No, it's the old heater that's firing up every 5 seconds because it's cold.
Ah. Sorry, it sounded like a drum roll, and I was just wondering if that was a soundboard or something.
The figure stands up, and you notice that they are holding a long sword. And as they turn around, you can see the blue in their eyes. It shines much brighter than the female knight that you saw before. They look very angry at you. And they get into a stance with their sword as they move towards you, and we roll initiative.
Shit.
The rest of you would hear this, by the way, so it's not like you guys are oblivious to the situation.
No, they probably heard me say, oh shit.
23.
Well, they heard you say, we're looking for Vladimir,
I just said Vladimir. I didn't say we were looking
or
for
Vladimir.
Thank you.
Give me a moment. I'm rolling theirs. Okay, what was... Oh, Jesus, not that high. Okay, what was Saxton's again?
23.
23. Hemlock?
7.
Better than... No, it's not better than last time. I'm sorry.
No,
Tim-Tam.
But
11.
Also not as good as last time. Nyhm.
24.
Wow. Okay, you definitely go first. They are definitely hostile moving towards you. They are, let me pull the map again. Map. Oh, they are pretty far away. It looks like they'll have to take their full move to get to you.
How far into the chapel am I from the other room?
You said you weren't in the chapel. So,
Right, I just wanted to make sure of this.
They were at the altar, and the altar's 50 feet away. So
Okay.
they're quite a distance.
I will, at the very least, ready my weapons, but I'm going to back up about 20 feet and just try and...
If you back up 10 feet, you're at the dining room table. The dining room table takes up most of this room that you're currently in.
Okay, screw it. I backflip onto the table,
Okay.
and I will take the dodge action, but I can try to talk to him as a free action, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, I will take the dodge action and just immediately call out, we were sent here to get help to try and kill Strahd. We do not want to fight.
They don't... It almost seems like they just can't understand you at all, or maybe they're just not willing to. And it is Saxton's turn. As you hear in the other room, like, an angry screech of a raptor.
Nyhm, what'd you find?
You peek in the room and you can see the Revenant moving towards them. But it's very far away at the moment. It's within your move, but you're pretty sure it doesn't move as fast as you do, Saxton.
Nyhm, did you make a friend? I think Nym's stunned silent. All right, I will go at it with
There.
all my movement.
All right, we're 50 feet away, so you're there.
Hello, punch. I swing out with a sword. Will a 21 hit?
Yes. You notice that they look like they had chainmail armor at one time, but it's very worn and deteriorated at this point.
11 damage.
Okay. Punch him in the face, and they just pull their head back down and snarl at you.
Swing again with a 25.
25 hits.
9 damage.
Okay.
Since this thing looks angry, let's make sure it stays angry. Fury blows. 18.
18 hits.
They take 9 more damage, and I need a strength save.
Always with your saving throws, the metal dice of doom are always in your favor. I always roll really low. I think I got 10 total. Yeah, 10.
All right. They're knocked prone.
Okay.
And the last attack.
You have advantage on the last one, because they're prone.
Oh, let's see. Oh, you shouldn't have done that. 20 on advantage. Nat.
Oh, nat 20. Oh, I knew I forgot a PDF. Okay, let me pull that out. Alright, so roll that D100.
Let's see.
As we use Xanathar's Lost Notes to everything else. Adamantine Settler in the DM's Guild. I'm wondering if they're going to make a Tasha's Lost Notes and everything else. That'd be cool.
77.
Ooh, high number. Hey, you know how you normally roll double the damage dice?
Mm-hmm.
You roll triple for this one.
Mm-hmm. So, what, just roll and then multiply by 3, or
What's your damage dice
For
normally?
them to die.
1d6 plus 4?
So it's 3d6 plus 4.
Okay. $22.
Okay. You punched through a hole through their chest, I would say. Why not?
And you only
Math.
pissed it off more.
Like you're
Yeah,
like elbow deep into it, and
Oh, I got ectoplasm on me.
it has
Amazing.
like no blood or anything, and it just snarls at you. And that's Saxton's turn.
Uh,
Question: does he end the turn with his arm through the chest?
That will be up to him.
1 second. Let's say I did the stress. What was it?
I'll say because I stated it and it was more thematical, it wouldn't do anything mechanically one way or the other.
I'll need a deck save then.
Dex save is only a 7.
Well, I would punch, knock him 15 feet away. Do I knock him 15 feet into the ground?
Well, he's currently prone, so I would say, like, since your arm's through him, you just use that almost like a handle and you just, like, slide him 15 feet.
Well, is there another floor below this?
Not that you see in here, no.
No. Damn.
Slides 15 feet out into the middle of this dark chapel.
Screech!
On top of the broken glass?
Yeah.
Prone on top of glass sliding that much?
Oh, wait, where was the glass again? I think it was on the eastern part. You guys are coming from the west. So no, unfortunately not on the glass. Sorry.
So no cheese grater damage?
Nope.
Not yet.
That's my turn.
Okay. After you, we go to the next whopping initiative of 11, Tim-Tam.
I'll
Saxton
approach there.
ran in and you hear him beating the crap out of something.
Yeah, no, I'll check out what's happening. Already a little worried and frustrated.
Actually,
Why
wait.
are we fighting?
Saxton moved 50 feet forward. It didn't move to you. You moved to it. So you actually throw it into the glass, and I'm going to say it takes extra slashing damage.
Do I knock it out of the chapel?
No.
Damn.
Okay, so how far are...
It's 65 feet away now.
Okay.
Because it was 50 feet, and then it just got shoved another 15 feet. It's on the very back
how
wall.
much-
You can't
How
even
much
really
did I have
see
to
it.
move? Oh,
Because there's like a hanging fog in this room. So you can barely make out like a fuzzy silhouette of Saxton. 50 feet away from the door.
did I see the silhouette like yoink the thing a little bit away?
Yeah, I would say you see him like roam across the ground.
I'll try to aim with my rifle, and since it's prone and everything, it's super far and dark and everything, I'll be like, you don't make this easy, and I will
Doesn't
like,
his sword light up that area?
Oh yeah, Saxton's sword would light up the area. But the fog doesn't matter with
Yeah.
light and fog. In fact, the light usually makes it worse. Unless you have like high beams.
no, so yeah, I will just like look around, grab Tim-Tam, load a sphere, and shoot a fireball on the thing, because I don't have to aim that.
Okay, and it rolls
Very
dex
well.
at disadvantage. Because it's prone.
Yeah.
At disadvantage, that's a 12.
Okay, that's 37 fire damage. And it misses, yeah, because the DC is 17.
Okay.
And that was my action. And that's pretty much my turn. As a free action, I will say, why are we fighting this thing? Didn't we came here for help? Can we have a good day?
No.
Once, just once.
Considering where we are, no.
And on that note, the knight uses half its move to fling up its sword and go tink into the ground and pull itself up with half its move. And with the other half of its move, it holds the longsword two-handed and it runs towards Saxton, using the rest of its movement, and swings twice. Trying to find its to hit. There we go. Nat 1. So let's roll that first.
What's its movement speed?
It moved a total of 30 feet this round because it took half of its movement to stand up, and then it moved 15 feet back to you.
Okay.
26 on the crit fail chart reveals. Oh my god. They swing the sword back to swing it at you, and they throw it back into the square they were in. Fuck it. It says they hurl a weapon in a random
What?
direction, but I'm just going to say it lands exactly where they were just at.
Think you dropped something, mate.
And they don't seem to care, as they just frickin' punch you. 10, so they don't punch you.
Swing and a miss.
2 spiral staircases are in this room, one to the north and one to the south. Coming down from both staircases is a revenant each.
Oh, God.
Hearing the noise, and they draw their weapons. And I would say they move 10 feet into the room, since it probably took most of their move to get down the stairs. And let's see how close they are. Oh, they would be close enough. So both of them glare at Saxton, and I need 2 wisdom saving throws.
I got a 22 and an 18.
Okay, both pass. As they seem to stare into your very soul, like Ghost Rider-esque. And that's their turns. So after them, it is Hemlock's turn.
Why are we fighting? I say, hey, new friends, can you understand me? Do they like acknowledge me?
They stop their glares because one, it didn't seem to take hold on Saxton, and the one to the north looks at you. I'll say.
Can you understand?
You can. It looks like they do.
We're not here to hurt anybody. We're here for help. We want the same thing you want, to hurt Strahd. And we heard from a very nice raptor lady that you could help us. I don't know if I should do this or not. Does it seem like it's gonna do anything?
You don't think so?
Okay. Well then I will use my action to have all three of them make wisdom saving throws.
What's the range in that?
30 feet? Are they not in 30 feet of me? Can I move up and then cast it?
Two of them would be, but one of them isn't. The one that's currently fighting Saxton, that is very burnt and has gotten the crap beat out of it.
Even if I move up?
If you use your full move to go all the way in as far as you can, yes, then all three.
Okay, then I will take the chance. I will go all the way in, and they all need wisdom saving throws.
Okay. Are you attempting to turn them?
I'm attempting to charm them.
Okay. It seems to have no effect.
Well, fuck.
More.
Your cursed enchantment magics won't work on us.
Why won't you listen? We're not here to hurt you. I'm sorry for what my friend did, but we're honestly not here to hurt you.
Then you're better off dead.
Why did that raptor lady send us here?
They have no real response to that. They just kind of stare at you blankly, like they don't understand.
She had blue eyes like you.
That means nothing here.
Can I pipe up on this, or is it only their turn?
During Hemlock's turn, sure, why not?
I mean, just as a talk action, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. The soldier out in the field led us here to seek Vladimir for help taking down Strahd. We don't want to hurt anybody, but we will defend ourselves. And if I can, I'll take up the stance that she showed in the field.
The burnt one says, "You attacked us. Invaded our home."
I peeked my head inside of your chapel. I was not hostile. You turned and attacked me, and I backed away. I haven't made a single swing at you. We come here in peace, but we will defend ourselves.
With or without you, we'll take Strahd down ourselves.
But we would prefer with you.
We can hug it out.
Tim-Tam, not now. not time to employ the Hemlock strategy.
Then non-aggressors be gone from this place. The rest of you must be punished with death.
We came here seeking
As
Vladimir's.
the burnt one's looking right at Saxton, because Saxton's right there, and the other two look over at Tim-Tam, who cast Fireball.
No, no, it was for light. Listen.
Nyhm, it is your turn.
Okay. Before I take my turn, I'm going to see if I want to try and get an answer here. Where's your commanding officer? We were told to seek Vladimir for help. We're told that he would help us. And I reiterate, I do want to take the stance that I was shown by our friend from the field to show that this is true what I'm saying. They showed us here, led us here for help.
You will find no help here. Only vengeful spirits.
We could use your vengeful spirits trying to take down Strahd. That's why we need to talk to Vladimir. His name was Vladimir, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Probably the easiest name to remember in this adventure.
I kind of was thinking that, but at the same time, it's one of those names that you're not sure if it's the right name or not.
Yeah, it also sounds too fitting.
Oh, I hope nobody mind. I want to pray to the ducky to try and convince them. The almighty Strahd ducky.
I'm good with it.
Sure.
There's a thunder cracks in the distance, and instead of thunder, you hear quack.
Kren?
Okay.
As Bad von Dukovich.
Dukovich, my bad.
Or Quackovich? I forget. Anyway.
That's Quackovich.
Yeah, it was Quackovich.
You need to get your ducks in a row and remember.
Inspiration.
I might need that.
Then if you seek our help, then cease your aggression at once.
You attacked us. We had no intention of doing so. Saxton, stand down. Tim-Tam, stop firing things. Hemlock, you just do you.
Hemlock things.
Hemlock's like, what? And you're like, oh, okay, yeah.
I was hoping that was the reaction I was going to get. Sorry. I wanted to include you, but you haven't done anything harmful yet. So.
I appreciate it.
Except for
Thank you.
trauma.
All right. In meta-wise, they've gone from hostile to neutral. So they're not your friends, but they aren't gonna attack you guys. At least for your turn, as it's now Saxton's turn.
I didn't even get to use a movement or an action.
Your action was the duck. It would have been a persuasion check, and I just had you auto-succeed.
That's perfectly fine.
Okay, well, okay, so you can use your move and bonus action if you like.
That's kind of what I wanted to. I don't want to use my movement, but I do want to use my bonus action to hold dodge.
Just in case.
I'm not stupid. And that would be the end of my turn. Thank you.
Okay, and Saxton.
Glaring down the Revenant in front of me.
Who's
I'll
equally
reach out my
glaring you
hand to him.
back. They seem to be in very bad shape. You think doing another set of blows like you did last time would end them, but they don't seem to care.
I'd reach out my hand to him
Please specify non-hostily.
as an extended hand of friendship.
Without the sword.
Yes.
Okay.
Roll me a persuasion check.
15.
They all sheathe their swords.
I'll sheathe my fists.
You have your own sword.
Skyrim style, where in Skyrim they're like this, and you're just like, shh.
Pull out my sweet roll. Ow.
Vladimir
Uh.
will not help you.
Why?
He's consumed by hatred. He's the
Strahd?
reason we are still here. His hatred for Strahd is so great that he not only brought back himself, but he also brought back us.
So,
alright.
Well, we're out of
If we-
initiative now, since you guys are in.
oh, cool.
Do I know, just like super quick, do I know if like your wounds would work on those guys?
Since we're not in initiative anymore, and you guys haven't done any more damage to them, the one that you're fighting, you're thinking that, and you look over, and you notice the wounds and stuff disappearing off of them in front of your eyes. They seem to be
Oh, okay.
regenerating.
So we're going to name that one Logan. If we had your help convincing Vladimir to help us take down Strahd, that would free all of you if we can successfully kill him. And at this point, we need all the help we can get.
I mean, yes, but at the same, I mean, you're right. But at the same time, I think it's a bit unfair. All these people were just brought back by the
So,
sense of vengeance of one.
the only being that could end his hatred is Argynvostholt himself.
Dragon?
Yes.
Oh.
Shit. And where
But
would
his-
the dragon be?
But his head was stolen from us.
Oh, I know
Okay.
it.
Let me guess.
Who?
Bawala Saga? But
Yeah,
By
remember the lady.
By Strahd.
Gave it to
Yeah.
Bubba.
You
took her
rang.
mom as a
As you notice at the doorway you guys came in, Strahd is standing there, leaning against the door.
Mother- Get out of here, Strahd!
And the knights look like they really, really want to kill him. But something is holding them back.
Probably orders from Vladimir.
Surprised to find you here, of all places.
No, you're not.
You're right, I'm not.
Yeah.
I already had some
but nice
problem
hint
with a
of
few
drama.
ladies in my lands. I could help you.
And then there's this as well.
Shut up, man.
But what would you want to help us with that problem?
Oh, dude. Helping you helps me. They have been
That's
quite a
right.
nuisance in this valley.
They take the souls that you would normally take. Didn't you say that to us sometime before?
Mm-hmm.
And wouldn't their death like upset your mom?
And Hemlock is still under my servitude, after all. She was so nice to take something back for me. As he looks over at the silver branch with golden bells on it.
I hold it behind my back. It's too late, but so you're not getting any of this.
Why don't you give it to me, and I'll let you live for another night.
I want to say some really choice words.
Lightning crackles, and you see in the broken glass on the other side of the castle, of the manor, where the chapel is, there you see a humanoid being with red eyes glaring. And then you notice also from the light on the ceiling a few other eyes glaring.
Hang on a second.
Strahd casually walks in and does not give you a second and walks towards you, Hemlock.
No, I cast sunlight. I expend 5 charges and put sunlight right in front of me.
Roll initiative.
All right, we're doing it live.
30-20. Kiss my ass, Strahd.
I got a nat 1.
Well, it's in fun, guys.
Thematically, that does technically fit because he doesn't give much of a shit.
Okay, let me...
He doesn't like sunlight, though.
Okay, so
22.
22 for Saxton. What was Hemlock's? I know it was pretty high.
30-20.
Okay. Tim-Tam?
15.
Okay. And
18.
all right, so you're first with daylight. What exactly?
Mm-hmm.
What do?
I pull out the holy symbol and it shines a bright light and a 30-foot radius and dim light for an additional 30 feet. The light is sunlight and lasts for 10 minutes or until you end the effect. No action required.
Okay. You do that and all the vampires hiss. Strahd just barely within range of it starts to burn and moves back. Takes a step
I thought
back,
he didn't give
guess.
me a second. I thought he was right in front of me.
He was moving towards you,
Okay.
but of course he stops and he starts to take a step back after that. It's not his turn yet, so can't say
Okay.
he moves yet.
How many charges? So it had. So that wasn't an action, right?
Right.
Because it says it's not an action.
Wait, how much is it to cast a spell daylight? Is that
It's
actually-
5 charge. It's 5 charges. I don't know. It doesn't. I don't know. It
Let
just
me-
says no action required at the end of it. I don't know.
Ooh. Okay, let me pull up your character sheet on D&D Beyond because it's super useful. Those watching on Twitch can also pull it up. And I'm gonna see exactly.
They like the spell?
I'm gonna knock 5 charges on your thing, Hemlock.
Okay.
If you're fine with that. While I'm thinking about it.
It's one action.
It says as an action you expend 5 charges. So you use your action to do that.
But at the end it says no action required.
It lasts for
Oh. Okay.
until
okay,
you can
I get
end
it.
the effect
I
with
get
no
it.
action.
I get it. I get it. Damn it. Okay, that was my action then.
Okay. Well, you have a bonus action and a move.
I do, but I'm gonna keep it pointed. It's not like a 30-foot cone, right? It's like is it around me or is it?
It's a
cone?
30-foot radius
Okay, so
around
it is.
where
Alright,
it is. Yeah.
You're basically a light bulb.
Mhm.
okay. I don't move. I just I
Actually,
keep right there.
yeah. Okay. After you, Strahd uses a legendary action and moves out of the room.
Come back here, you piss baby. Talk so nice shit and you won't even stay in a room.
No. Hemlock, shh. It's okay.
I'm tired.
I offered you so many gifts to help in your cause, and all you do is try to harm me. You try to harm your host. I don't know who's more evil.
Don't gaslight me, you son of a bitch. Get your ass back in here and we can talk like adults.
We can talk like adults when you stop trying to kill me. With your feeble attempts with these magic items. You know that doesn't belong to you.
Doesn't belong to you either.
That was the end of your turn then. After you, it is... I think I skipped Saxton. I'm horrible. Saxton, you had 22, didn't you?
Yes, it did.
So, sorry, Saxton. Go ahead.
So, would that technically make Strahd back in the same room?
No. Actually, since you get to go first, the daylight did... Actually, no, Hemlock got to act first, because I will say the first round is her activating it. And then we loop back around, and it is your turn. So everything's how it is. He's not in the room.
Wait, so
You were on the opposite end of the room, now I think about it. The doorway he whooshed through was about 60 feet away from your current location.
could I dash and still try to attack?
No, because dash would use your action. Unless you use a key point to use the dash as a bonus action. The Step of the Wind.
I'll do that then.
Alright. You're right next to him.
Grapple.
I never fully remember exactly how grapple rules are supposed to work. I'm
Well,
pretty
when
sure
you
it's
go
you
with
roll
a
a hit.
Attack,
Yeah, you try to attack and beat his AC.
and then you make like an athletics or acrobatics or post.
22 to
checks.
hit.
22 hits.
Okay, so athletics.
You roll athletics, and the grapplee can choose if it's athletics or acrobatics to the save.
Come on, +4. 22 again.
Sorry, I'm pulling it up on my end. So I feel like we're going to be doing a bit of that for this. You use your attack action to make a special melee attack as a grapple. This counts as one of your attacks since you have multi-attack. So what'd you get to hit?
It was a 22 to hit and a 22 for athletics.
Oh no, you don't roll. He rolls against your attack to hit. From what I'm seeing here. And he's going to use... he's just as good at both. He only got 17, so...
So I got him.
Yeah, he's grappled.
All right, since I used Step of the Wind, I still got my movement.
Well, you got... Let's see. You got about 10 feet left of your movement, because your movement's normally 50. You used the bonus action to dash, which gave you another 50, and you moved 90 feet to get to him.
I'll move towards Hemlock in the light.
You move 5
I'll
feet,
have him.
because you only move at half speed when grappling a target.
Okay, I'll still move towards the light.
Okay. He goes, so predictable.
Are you wearing cologne?
Yes.
I'm
Thank you for-
Saxon. You try to get
Thank you for noticing. Now, let's see if he can... How often can he go against that? Escaping, he must use his action. Okay. So I think instead he's going to just scratch your chest.
Got him grappled from behind. How's he going to scratch my chest?
Because you're not preventing him from attacking. You just made his movement 0.
Okay.
Yeah. You use a legendary action to do that. 22?
Yep.
Okay. You take 9 slashing damage. Actually, you know what? Instead, he's not going to do damage to you. He's going to grapple you. So now both your movement speeds are 0.
Okay, well, we're going to dance, I guess.
Ever
Who's
dance with
leading?
the devil in the
Not-
pale moonlight?
Not the first time I've done a tango.
Horizontal or vertical?
It is Nym's turn.
Does it
No.
take a free action to heave? Just out of curiosity.
To
Did you
heal.
skip
Um,
me?
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
I am just super
From-
out of initiative because I have legendary actions and it's throwing me off. Hemlock, I'm sorry. It's Hemlock's
Okay,
turn.
I'm sorry.
right.
No, I had a thing I was gonna do.
No,
Okay.
no, you're fine. I was being sarcastic to begin with. Anyway.
All right, can I move up to Strahd or where Strahd is?
You would move within
this-
range for daylight, yeah.
Okay, cool. Also I flip him the bird and I cast with I'm going to expend 1 charge and make the holy symbol flare with holy power. And I guess he has to make a DC 15 wisdom saving throw.
Oh, are you
Which
trying
one
to
is
are you
that?
trying the hold vampire ability?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. DC 15, you say?
Yeah.
He chooses to succeed.
Fuck you, Strahd. God damn it. He's still in the daylight. He takes it.
Hmm.
With that's just happening.
Mhm.
And that's it. I just continue to move closer to him if
Pretty much him
Cosmetic.
and Saxton are wrestling on the ground, both grappled.
okay, but he's taking sunlight damage or whatever.
He's in the sunlight currently, yes. And that's your turn.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. Actually, that's really cool. Most magic items, you can't use multiple things from the magic item at once, but this holy symbol, you can. So you're not turning off the sunlight by using that ability.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome. It's very rare. Nyhm, it's now your turn. I'm sorry.
You're fine. Forgive me for asking, but considering I was standing on top of the dining room table, how far away am I from Strahd?
15
and his
feet.
tango?
You also have the high
Oof.
ground.
It's
Hang on.
over.
I'm sorry. Hang on. Are the other vampires within 30 feet of me?
They kind of were, but you moved into where Strahd's at.
Okay, never mind. Sorry. Keep going.
Anyways, to be fair, I did the same thing on your turn.
You have an ally within 5 feet.
Yeah, but they're prone, aren't they?
Yes. Oh, no, they're not prone. Both of them are currently grappled. So,
Oh.
literally conditionally, all that means is both their movements are 0.
Wonderful. So instead of chancing that with a dagger, I'm going to pull the Nyhm nullifier and jump towards him 15 feet, attack with my now silvered rapier, and then after the attack, use my bonus action to disengage. Well, he won't actually be able to do anything with being grappled like that, will he? Like
He could
can't take a reaction?
definitely attack you.
It could. Okay, in that case, I will specify that I'll use my bonus action to disengage and then move back onto the table with the rest of my movement, regardless if I hit or not. Will that work?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Rolling for the silvered rapier. 26 to hit.
That hits.
Yay. That is 1d8, 1d4, 1d4. No, I'm sorry, 1d8 plus 4, and then my sneak attack, which I think is 5d6 now. Double checking. Yes, 5d6. Let's see. $19 damage all day.
Okay.
And from a silvered weapon that is considered magical, is that correct?
Yeah. Can you describe this to me? Because currently, both him and Saxton are like in wrestle mode where they're both trying to pin each other, essentially.
You mean describe the attack I'm trying to make?
Yeah.
Probably going to try to come in from the side through my jump, effectively land on his back, jab him diagonally so I don't risk stabbing through him to hit Saxton, and then
What
just...
kind of damage does the rapier do?
It's considered magical piercing.
Yeah, remember you
Piercing,
helped me
okay.
silver... Oh, piercing, yeah, piercing.
No, it was like, because, I mean, piercing, it's like...
Right, that's why I'm saying coming in at an angle so I don't risk
Okay.
stabbing Saxton, and then just reversing my actions and backflipping onto the table.
You stab him, and there's very clearly a hole in his cloak and his suit. He's like, come on, really?
Hmm.
Now I'm
Does
gonna
it
have to
take an
resurrect
action?
my tailor again.
Surprised he's not on call. Does it take an action to take a stance?
Um,
I basically want to land in the form of the Knights of the Silver Dragon, pointing the sword at him with the dagger over the arm.
Sure. No action needed. You just do it.
Sweet. I will land in that style, and that's my turn.
You know what happened to this order, right? What happened to this place?
I'm assuming you killed it like everything else?
I didn't kill
Or
it.
was that a rhetorical question?
I killed their leader. And they killed themselves from within.
Oh, that's right. That reminds me. Hey, Vladimir! Strahd's here! Just scream that at the top of my lungs. I apologize if that blew out the mic.
Vlad, I'm here. He knows I'm here. It's Tim-Tam's turn.
I don't even know.
He's bringing the Blue Jay. You kind of
Is
see
it
his
an
long...
actual dead bird, or?
No, it's like a TY Beanie Baby.
It's his favorite toy. It is.
Glowing green eyes.
No one can see that in game viewing, unfortunately. But trust me, they were just glowing eyes, like down there somewhere.
I saw it.
Okay, I will cast... Well, I will throw a vial. It's called a vial, right? Like a potion. To Saxton. And it will become one size larger, giving advantage on strength and dexterity saving throws, and 1d4 extra per attack on damage. So you grapple better now. If you choose to accept it.
Yes.
Okay. And the bonus action, I will facepalm and shrug.
What about the artillery?
Nah, it takes an action to summon Tim-Tam. So yeah, that's my turn.
Sorry, I'm looking up things.
You know, come to think of it, we came into this game this evening thinking we were fighting hags. We're now tussling with Strahd. Is anybody else concerned?
I am
Girl
very
from a hag
concerned.
to a bitch.
I was concerned about the hag, imagine.
You know what? Tim-Tam, you're in this room, in the chapel, right? You're in the chapel.
I think so, yeah.
20 feet up is a balcony. And up at the very top, you see a raptor that's a golden eagle. Folk. Wearing full plate and has a great sword. And they're peering down, and their eyes seem almost like blue flames, as their hatred just seems to be emanating off of them. You did your turn, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I can warn everybody about that. Like, Saxton, point Strahd to that thing.
Both eyes, not just one eye. It's a double stance. So he jumps down from the balcony and glides down. Now let's see. That would be 20 feet of his move. And he's going to move over towards Hemlock. But he would provoke from Tim-Tam if Tim-Tam wishes to try to strike him. Wearing very ornate, draconic-looking armor. It has like a silverish sheen that seems to have been very faded over time. Huge cloak. Looks like a leader character.
Does it look hostile?
Everything about him seems hostile. He actually probably thought he was going to attack you when he came down.
I'll hit it with my staff. I'll try, and I will miserably fail with a 7.
He ignores the strike as you just kind of just grace off of his plate mail. And he moves over to Hemlock. And he's as tall as Saxton.
Vladimir?
You turn around and you see this towering, foreboding figure above you. And with his
Still holding
claws,
up.
he goes to grab you by the head.
Whoa.
Roll me acrobatics or athletics check.
Flash of genius. You have a +5.
It's acrobatic. +5. 13.
He grabs you by your head and lifts you in the air. You're still facing away from him, by the way. Because you were facing towards Strahd, and he was coming from the back, so he just like lifts you in the air, and he turns you around for the rest of his move. And he says, no. And he's still grappling you. It's pretty painful and very uncomfortable. Because all your body weight is hanging off of your neck. You're not really choking per se, but
Excuse me? Are you serious?
Strahd takes the sunlight damage. And then I'm going to have Saxton roll athletics or acrobatics check.
You have advantage.
Advantage. Let's see.
You're big bird now.
24.
Thank you, Lluis. I just had the mental image of Big Bird wrestling Dracula.
1. Ow!
Strahd stays pinned. He chooses to stay pinned. And, well, not pinned, but he stayed grappled. And the vampires
He likes it.
spawn. Yeah, he's got a kink for it. Yeah, okay. Come in, but they all are just on the outside of the daylight, and like they do not like it, and they're using random pieces of furniture from the chapel, and some are hiding behind pillars as cover against your daylight, but they are definitely trying to get as close as they can to you guys. Vladimir's knights seem to, with a will against their own, draw their swords again and move towards the rest of your group. And he says, I will not allow you to give him mercy, says Vladimir.
Can I speak to this man?
Yeah,
Please?
he's not covering your mouth.
Excuse me. We're not giving him mercy, or death is not a mercy, especially here.
Strahd chuckles. But I think Saxton's the only one that really hears that.
Don't you want to kill him? He killed you and your entire fleet. Look, I've lost a lot of people here, and I would really like to leave, okay? Stop grappling me.
When he died, he came back in this form. He brought us all back, and we are all trapped here in his personal hell. I will not let you leave it. I will not let you have him have the relief of death that he does not deserve. He deserves to be tormented in this personal hell for all of eternity, even
So
if it
you would
means
rather-
I cannot do anything to him. It is better for me to do nothing and let him wallow in his own misery.
So you would rather let your men stay in this state for the rest of their lives, for the rest of eternity, because you are a little upset that you can't.
A little
that
upset?
You can't die.
A little upset? You know what? He has multi-attack, so I'm gonna roll on you. Almost crits on your head. And he starts squeezing your head, and you take damage. Where did the stats go? They disappeared. Sorry. Okay, so you take 11 bludgeoning damage as he squeezes on your head. Upset doesn't even begin to describe how I feel about that man.
You don't think we haven't been through anything either?
You're starting to bleed because his talons are squeezed and piercing your skin, leaving almost like a crown of puncture wounds on you.
Will killing me make you feel better?
Nothing will make me feel better than to see that man suffer.
How do you pronounce the dragon's name again?
Let me look it up. It's Argynvostholt.
Argynvost.
Yes.
Argynvost?
Yep.
Then what's Argyn?
This is Argynvostholt.
Oh, right. Holt. Gotcha. Sorry, forgot. If I can pop up or pipe in, I'd like to say to Vladimir, we can help you get Argynvost's skull back. We know where it is, but we need to stop Vlad now. Kill him, not just let him torture or let him suffer.
You're bluffing.
I'm
No.
telling the truth. We know the hag that has the skull. She attacked us earlier. We know exactly who has it. And if we can't prove it, if we can't get it for you, you can outright kill us. But we need to stop Strahd now. And I am not lying.
Saxton, it is your... Actually... Yeah,
Did I
it's your
hear the
turn.
conversation going on?
Yeah, you hear all of this going on.
Could you make a decision? Strahd's getting a struggle boner here.
Strahd or you?
Roll to hit. So, since I haven't grappled, what am I able to do?
You can still attack and stuff. Your movement speed is currently 0 because he has you grappled as well.
Didn't I have a door?
You notice actually, Saxton, that any of the burn damage you took from the daylight and all the pummeling and stuff, well, you haven't really pummeled him, but any of the damage that he took, or should have took, he hasn't taken at all.
Hey, Scotty, what's initiative order? Didn't Tim-Tam go next?
No, this was
Yeah, 'cause I think I
technically
go
on
on.
the enemy's turn, and I might have
Oh.
skipped Tim-Tam.
Didn't Tim-Tam throw the vial?
No, Tim-Tam threw the vial. That was Tim-Tam's turn. And then it was their turn, and there was a lot of them, so I had a lot of that going on.
Oh,
And then you guys
okay.
had this huge conversation, and now it's Saxton's turn.
What was the hag's name? It wasn't.
Baba Saga.
Mavwolf Saga.
I would tell him where we found her by the bog, the manor, the spirit, the goats, everything. How she came in on a Segway, riding the skull of their god. Also, I guess cast Crusader's Mantle. As I start, I'll start punching Strahd.
Okay.
So, as one of my action, I cast Crusader's Mantle, so everyone that does a weapon attack on him gets 1d4 radiant damage as well. And what was that vial that US gave me? There was another 1d4.
Yeah, every attack gets a plus 1d4 damage, not attack.
So 18 to hit.
Strahd?
Yes.
Let's see. Yep.
So that. $13 bludgeoning and $3 radiant damage.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna need a con saving throw for him.
Con save. Okay. Got an 8.
He is stunned.
Okay.
I hit him with Stunning Strike.
Okay.
So that means he can't speak, only just like disoriented everything. He has disadvantages on basically everything. He's incapacitated.
Okay.
He automatically fails strength and dex throws, and all attack rolls have an advantage on him. That'll be my turn.
Okay. So, after you, it is someone else's turn.
It's me.
You?
It me.
Yes, it is. You are currently grappled.
Mm-hmm.
A giant eagle man who is crushing your skull with one hand.
Okay. That's fine. I say, put me down. Now. We know where Baba Saga is. We can help you. But only if you help us. I've never told a lie in my life. I swear on it.
I don't care. Neither have I.
You think I'm scared of you? I've seen death. And so have you. Don't you want peace? Put me down.
Peace is knowing that that man can't leave this place.
No, that's almost the opposite of peace, actually. You...
Then you do not understand peace.
No, I don't think you understand peace,
Little humble
Mr.
folk.
Plaid. I continue to direct the sunlight towards Strahd, where I am, and I stare him down.
Okay. You notice that you are actually out of range.
I directed that way anyway, just in case Saxton or somebody puts it in that. But I continue to stare him down. I'm not letting up.
Okay. After you, it is Nym's turn.
Well, I'm still trying to convince Vladimir that we can get his Order's dragon skull back, while simultaneously trying to fight Strahd himself. Huh. Okay, before I say anything, I do want to go ahead and effectively... Actually, how far... He moved out of the 15-foot range he was at just a minute ago, didn't he?
Who?
Strahd, from me.
No, he hasn't moved at all.
Oh, that's right. They're grappled. I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. In that case, yeah, I want to do the exact same move, stab, and disengage that I did before.
You don't have to disengage.
No, he can still take a reaction.
No, he
he's
can't.
stunned. That's right.
He's incapacitated.
You have advantage.
still be more to do this. Okay, then yeah, I will take my movement to jump, stab, and jump back.
Okay.
You said roll advantage to roll.
Yep. Stunned.
Copy that. It is 11 to hit on the first one. Ah, that's much better. 26 to hit again.
All right, you hit.
Okay. 1d8. This time I include the 1d4 radiant, correct?
Right.
And then 5d6 again. Yay. $31 damage.
You stab him through the head.
Love sneak attack. I have a feeling that didn't do much though.
And his eyes jolt around and stuff as you like stabbed through one of the eyes and went out the other end and came back.
Get the lamp.
The what?
The lantern. Get the lantern.
Did I miss something? What lantern?
The one that Hemlock's got.
The holy symbol.
I can't. I just used my movement and my action. I can't do shit. Sorry, can't do anything else. My effort goes to trying to convince Vladimir even further. None of us intend you any harm. We're trying to take down Strahd, and we can return Argynvostholt's skull. We can return it for you. We just need help killing him. Put everything to rest. Stop other people from suffering. But he needs to die, not just suffer. And if you're not going to help us, at least stay out of our way and order your soldiers to have free will so they can help us if they choose to.
Men, escort them off this premises.
Oh, shit.
By force if you have to. And if you so much as harm Strahd even further, then you will feel my wrath.
So you would rather these people be stuck in this
Quiet!
form?
You
No, you
naive
be
little
quiet!
girl! As he like shakes your head.
Let her go.
I don't think he cares about the other people. He's only focusing on the suffering of Strahd. At this point, we may as well try to take him out too if we need to.
Tim-Tam, it is your
We're
turn.
not going to be able to.
don't know
He
that.
doesn't let. I mean, he's escort them out, but he doesn't let Hemlock go, right?
He does not. Not yet. It's on his turn.
How far is the range of sunlight from Strahd right now?
It's just out of range.
Like 5 feet.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll use my action to activate Tim-Tam, Fourth Ballista, and shoot at the eagle dude.
Okay.
$26 to hit.
26 hits.
It gets pushed back 5 feet.
All right.
I need a total of 11 force damage.
Okay. Knight, your turn.
Yep.
All right. At the end of your turn, it's Strahd's turn. Who's currently stunned. The 3 revenants advance towards you. They can't get to you. Actually, they can get to you on this turn, but they can't really do anything. So one heads up to Tim-Tam. Vlad, who's holding Hemlock, will spend half his move moving away from Strahd with her. And he'll use his action to try to take the talisman out of her hand. So I'm going to need either a strength or athletics check from Hemlock.
Please, Ice. Please. $17.
The 24, he grabs the talisman out of your hands.
There was no way I could have beat it anyway.
And he chucks it out the window. And puts you down. As the talisman goes flying through, it actually goes through some of the vampire spawns, so they take some damage.
Oh, it's still going sunlight? Okay.
Well, you can turn it off whenever you want. You're the one attuned to it.
No, I'm not turning it off.
Okay.
Does it pass through my square at all?
No.
Okay.
They're in the chapel. You, Saxton, and Strahd are in the dining room.
Oh, my bad. I apologize. For some reason, I can't get my head on the map tonight.
Okay, so there were 3 of them. So I love keeping track of so many things. Half ironic and half not, because I keep doing that to myself. Anyway. And that damage that he took, Tim-Tam, it seems to mostly fade away. And I think that's where we'll end it for tonight.
How many times have you ended us in the middle of combat? Not saying it's a bad thing considering how late it is for Lluis, but still.
Fights take longer than expected. So that's what it is.
I was being facetious.
Lucia.
Shut up.
So, Lux. We'll start with Lluis, aka Tim-Tam.
So yeah, check me out on Twitter and Patreon. I'm an artist and I do art. And yeah, I blanked out. Next. Sorry.
You're fine. You don't have to say anymore if you don't want to. I know you're probably pretty fried.
No,
It's pretty late.
I'm a little, yeah, I'm a little tired because it's, I mean, it's not super, well, it's 3:30. But also I'm like trying to think, how are we gonna get out of this?
Well, you got a whole week to think now.
Yeah.
Why does it make it sound worse?
Because it is. kind of. I mean, it's been great, guys. I've had so much fun in this campaign. All of y'all.
I'm thankful because this campaign is filled with misery.
Yeah. So yeah, shout out to this campaign where I'm super sad by also having the time of my life as a human, as a Corvum. Life it's the worst.
I need like a little confetti, like, hey. Saxton, you got any plugs?
None that I can think of.
Besides
Hopefully,
the
hoping
fist
it might.
that's gonna go up Strahd's ass next time.
Yes, that too.
Phrasing.
Turn him into a Muppet.
Turn him into a
Hey, Hemlock,
Muppet!
look, I got one
Yay!
too.
Who knows? Maybe there might be a full moon next week.
Sorry, Kermit. All right. How about we go to Callie, aka Hemlock? Any plugs?
Meat and Cheez-Its. Hello, my name is Callie, or Cap Callie, on Twitter. And I do art, and I sometimes have commissions open. Most of the time I have commissions open, but life's been pretty hectic because it's been a hectic year, so my caps are on commissions right now. God, when is my next game?
Saturday?
Well, yeah, Chaos Crew. At 3:00 on this channel. I feel like Airly did something stupid again. And that, you know, we you know, whatever. She's gambling right now, so whatever. But happy Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving's tomorrow when this is being recorded. So happy Thanksgiving to or American Thanksgiving to my fellow Americans. And that's it for me.
Okay. Nyhm, do you got any plugs?
So I'd like to start out by plugging Cheez-Its. They're a wonderful little snack. Delicious all day long. I do actually want to plug the game that me and Lluis are in on Thursdays, but they're recorded on Thursdays. They're not actually streamed or anything. Jesse, a wonderful friend of mine, has a dark matter game called The Quest for the Quantum Rose. It's a great game. The other characters are just as lively and entertaining as the rest. I can never do these right. It's a fun game. He puts them up on Castbox and then on YouTube later at Backed Channel, BACT channel on YouTube. It's always worth a watch. It's great.
I don't know. I think you did a good job. And I guess that's where we'll end it for tonight. The next game that will be on this channel will be on Black Friday, as we finally continue our Retroverse Corruption campaign. Where I think we're getting ready for a parade or something really nice and wholesome and not sad. And Gruk might see what he can do with his new baby Atiok and turn the basement into a garbage dump that Atiok eats. So yeah, thank you for watching, and we'll see you all next week. For those of you that are Americans, like Callie said, have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Those of you that aren't, still have a wonderful Thanksgiving, because I think Thanksgiving has evolved past pilgrims giving flus and other diseases to natives, and now it's just more of a holiday of thanks. So I would like to thank everyone who's watching. I would like to definitely thank all of my players for dealing with all the shit that I've been throwing at you. And we'll see you next week.
All
Bye-bye.
the shenanigans you keep pulling.